Hey, Kameron Anderson here with Crusader Joint Ventures. I'm going to let you listen in on a phone call I had with Lourne Anderson. He's technical director here at Crusader and my dad, as we discuss CJV 1878. It's a 60 horsepower water injection disposal package. And the reason we're doing this is because, well, it's not exactly showroom condition. And oftentimes on equipment that is lower value, meaning like say less than $100,000, it's very easy to just skip to the next listing online because pictures don't always tell the story. Oftentimes more questions than answers come, even though you have a better understanding of the overall condition. There's lots of questions that need to be filled in. So just a quick phone call, just listening to us talking about this unit as it is intaked into our inventory, for us to start promoting to our customer base. I'll be back right after, and enjoy.
Okay, well, the whole package looks reasonably good. It's got a good strong skid under 12-inch beams. It's currently not sitting on piles; it's just sitting on gravel pad. But looks like a good skid. The building looks reasonable. I don't see any rotting out around the side or the edges along the floor, so that's a big plus there. Looking at the piping inside, of course, we don't know the internals of the piping, and we would have to UT to confirm any of that. But looking at our inlet there, we're coming in with a 4-inch and a Y strainer isolation valve. A few elbows going into pump suction, definitely not some best practices there. Looking at that charge pump, the seal in that, it looks pretty rough shape. So I would think that we would probably want to put some new suction piping in there, clean it up a little bit, and probably install a Grundfos pump, a stainless steel Grundfos in there. If you'll notice up on the wall there, there's from the charge pump, it goes out the wall with a 3-inch pipe and then returns back in a 3-inch pipe. This unit's currently set up with an external building adjacent to it that had a number of looked like single bag filter pots in it on a series parallel setup. That whole unit looks pretty well toast. The filter pots have been taken out. The piping looks rough, so that would not be a part of it. But being that the piping is set up there inside the main pump building, it would be really easy to put in a 3-bag filter on that because the pipe's already broke there for the external filters. So I would suggest that 4-inch coming in with the Y strainer ball valve is good. Put a newer Grundfos pump in, clean up some of that threaded piping, install a 3-bag filter, a couple spools there to adapt to it, and you would still have a decent walk space around there. That big drain tub there is, I'm not sure what they had that for. It's a big capacity, and there's still a sump in the floor of the skid there as well. You can see a small grating there, so I have to do some more research on that. But that big tub could probably come out of there. As far as the discharge piping, pretty straightforward. Looks like 2-inch 600 ANSI, flow meter, check valve, PSV, isolation valve. I do not see a startup bypass on that. So that might be something that could be considered if the application that this goes into requires that. Other than that, pretty straightforward package layout. You can walk around it, easy to get at. As far as the pump, we did check the internals of it, and the report doesn't give us any details right now as to bearing clearances, things like that, but looking at the pictures and the mechanic who looked at it, the pump's probably pretty fair shape on the inside. It looks clean, the oil's clean, the pictures of the bearings that we could see looks decent. Stuffing boxes and plungers look relatively good. There we show the crankshaft bearings. So just based on being clean and the oil looking clean, probably says it's in pretty good shape or been taken pretty good care of. So we could get some further measurements on that, crosshead clearances, bearing clearances, etc., etc. On the stuffing box end, again, stuffing boxes, I guess they look decent, but again, that's kind of not an important thing because we probably have to change plungers and boxes to get the right sizing possibly for the application that this goes into, so that would be all replaced. If it does happen, these plungers work and it's good shape, well, hey, set of packing and set of new valves and away we go. Pump's also set up with Coors stabilizers on both the suction and the discharge, which is good. Not the ideal mounting arrangement with elbows in it.
Got an elbow and then an elbow coming up.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, so you probably lost 50% of your usage from your bladder there. But anyway, that's okay. So that could actually probably be cleaned up a little bit. The discharge would probably want to go over and put on the discharge piping, and yeah, it depends how much piping work we're going to need to do on it, and that's all going to boil down to UTs and checking the piping out. As far as the pump and drive, typical belt guard, belt drive, the motor appears to be by the tag is a pump jack motor, a multi 30, 40, 50 horsepower unit. So that would be a non-VFD compatible motor. So we'd have to change up the electric motor on that, put a 60 horse in there, TEFC. The lubricator has been robbed, so we'd have to put a new lubricator on our pump. But other than that, it looks pretty good around there. Lots of spare parts, and there's some other pictures there with a ton of spare parts. So I don't know whether they had very high usage with this thing, or some operator got overconfident in buying spare parts. Not sure, but there's enough parts there, mechanical seals. My gosh, you could overhaul that whole thing from one end to the other and back again with the amount of parts there.
There's a lubricator right there in the picture too.
It looks like a lubricator. I don't know if it is though, Cam.
Okay.
But mechanical seals, packing. Looks like there's 3 sets of stuffing boxes there. There's all of your pony rod seals. So yeah, there's 1 set of stuffing boxes in a box, and there's 2 more sitting outside of boxes. So
make sure to get those included.
Oh yeah, lots. Like I say, there's enough spares in there to. Anyway, pretty much all wired up. Looks like all class 1 div 2. It's got LEL in it, and older bulbs in it, but it looks like all incandescent in there probably. But let's see, electric heat, roughneck electric heat, got exhaust fans. Look up on that top there, Cam. Okay, it doesn't appear to be any exhaust fans in the unit. Probably just some wall vents. Got a 120 volt plug in there. Yeah, OHA switches, and everything's terminated to junction boxes on the outside. So wiring have to be cleaned up a little bit. Oh, it's also got H2S in there. I just saw an H2S sensor, so it's got LEL and H2S in there.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah. So on the outside of the building, that must be a 2-channel net safety unit. And there's our low voltage and our discrete boxes there. So that all looks good. Yeah, good potential on this package. Good potential, good cleanup. The guy changed the suction piping out, put a filter in there, put a new motor on there, give her a paint job. This is a good package.
Good for good cheap field run unit that could be brought up to speed really quickly.
Really quickly, yeah. It's got a good foundation to work with. It's got good bones to it.
Yeah, exactly. Good building and a good pump and some space to work with.
Yeah, right on. Yeah, for sure.
Excellent. All right. Well, that should conclude it. It's out by Hannah, Alberta, and we will we'll take it from there. Great.
Looks like this would definitely be a warm weather pickup, though. If it's just sitting on the ground, we're gonna have to wait until she's thawed. So
It's warm now. Bye now.
oh, there we go.
Awesome. Hey guys, so if you're still watching, I'm going to assume you're a little bit interested. So let me tell you about the deal side of this. We can sell this as is, where is. We can provide refurbishment quotes. We can free issue parts if you want to build it yourself in the field. If you need help with line velocities or power curves or plunger sizes or pressures, please let us know. We can help you out on all of that as well. Brokers, if promote this to your customers. You now know everything that needs to be done to this unit. You have us as your support to help generate the quotes and the refurbishment and handle as much or as little as your customer wants required. But you're able to talk about it now in a very informed way when a pump application comes up. We can deliver this in 3 to 4 weeks if it was a full refurbishment, and we can mobilize pretty quick on it. Anyway, thanks for watching. We'll catch you next time.